a couple of different eyeshadows that I'm going to use. I've got, like, this is one of the Decca Scarlet edition number 2. This is the Babs Beauty palette that you get from Decca Scarlet that you order. And it's got 2 lipsticks, and it's also got 1 cheek color and 1 highlight, and then 3 eyeshadows. So we're going to be dipping into this one, and I've also got a couple of, and you guys know I love these things, these little LA Colors Baby Pop singles. I've got a couple of the mattes, just 1 of the shimmer and 2 of the mattes, I'm sorry. And I'll name off all the names and everything as we go along. So let's go ahead. Okay, like I said, I'm going to name off the eyeshadows as I do them. I hope y'all can see this really good. I got some extra lighting. So what I wanted to do is I just could not wait for fall. I'm so ready to do a fall eyeshadow tutorial. I mean, I just love the shades, the oranges, the burgundies, just all the fall colors. And I feel like I'm always going toward oranges. So this time I wanted to do some purples, burgundies, and reds together. So I already went ahead and done one eye, and I was like, you know what? Why am I not doing this on camera? Because I love it's my favorite makeup season of the year. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I went ahead and I primed, and I went ahead and I powdered over the prime. So that's already finished. And then I was like, well, why don't we just go ahead and do a video for the rest of it? Because like I said, it is my favorite season. I just love fall. Okay, so now we're going to grab one of our blending brushes, and I'm going to be using the NYX Professional Makeup Brush. This is their big fluffy blending brush, if you can see it. And like I said, hopefully y'all will be able to see this. And I'm going to go ahead and take one of the little singles, the LA Color singles, and this is the color Foxy. And I really don't know how to explain this shade. It is just so beautiful. It's got oranges and it's got cool tones and everything just mixed in. It's just a beautiful transition shade. And I use this transition shade for just about every eye look that I do. I just love these little things. These are like 50 cents at the dollar store, and you can't beat them. I mean, they are pigmented, they blend, they're just beautiful. So, hopefully y'all can see. And if not, I will get closer. And like I said, I just wanted to do one of these fall color looks because I just love fall. I mean, it's so beautiful during the fall. And the colors, I mean, that's what inspires these makeup looks, is the colors. I mean, they're just gorgeous. Okay, so we went ahead and laid that down for a transition shade. Go ahead and blend that out. And I'm going to take these colors kind of high up because my eyes I've got hooded eyes, deep set eyes, whatever you want to call them. They are like the corner of the outside of my eye right here. It hangs over my eye when it's open, if you can see this. I don't show a lot of lid, and especially over here on the corner. So I've got to go, I got to kind of go up high above my crease on the outside. But I'm going to go ahead and go high in with it all. I was going to do a cut crease last minute. I changed my mind, go figure. That's what usually happens, though. Okay, the next shade that we're going to use, let's see. I think I'm going to go into the Decca Scarlet, and I'm actually going to use the blush color. This is called Bowdy, I believe. It's the blush color, and it's like a light mauve. I want to say mauve because this one is a deep mauve color. This one's more of a light purplish mauve color. I'm going to go in with that and lay that right over top of my transition. That way they can kind of combine together and make one beautiful color. And like I said, I'm going to go kind of high up with it. And on some of these looks like this, I usually just go ahead and lay some color down and then blend it out. Especially if I know the palette and I know how they work, I'll go ahead and do it like that. Just like this palette. This palette is, a couple of the shades in there are kind of duds. I hate to say it. But like the colors I'm using today, they are some awesome colors for blending out. I'm sorry, I keep looking back and forth. I'm trying to make sure y'all can see. I just love these plummy purples. I love it. I cannot wait for fall. I really can't. Oh my God, I'm so excited. And then next is Thanksgiving, then Christmas. I just love it. I love this time of year. Okay, now we are going to go in. I'm going to lay red in my crease. Well, I call it red. It's called Forbidden. It's another one of the singles. And this, if you could tell, it's got a dip in the palette too. I love these little things. I mean, you cannot beat these things. And pigment like you wouldn't believe. I mean, they are so awesome. And they blend like a dream. Okay, so for the crease color, let me go ahead and grab this other one. I've got a couple of the LA color brushes. And I don't know why, but they're both the same brush, and I bought two of them. But one of them, for some reason, is at more of an angle. I'm sorry if y'all can't see my head. I'm digging through my brushes. I have no idea why I bring all these brushes in, and then I just use a couple of them. That is how this ends up happening. And now I'm not going to be able to find the other brush. That would be my life. There it is. Well, see, like I bought these two, and these are LA colors. I bought them at the dollar store. They are beautiful brushes. But I don't know if you could tell. I know you definitely can't tell from this angle. But these are the same brushes. But if you look, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. One of these comes to a tapered point. Let me see. I'll show you one at a time maybe. This is the one that comes to a tapered point. See that slant in it? Like right there. Right there, that just slant. Right there. This one does not have it. Do you see that? How flat that is? So I love this one with the angle. So I am really debating on whether I should go back and get the rest of those brushes just to see, because I think they're all different. Okay, and I don't know if I told you the color is Forbidden. The red color is Forbidden. You can kind of kick that one off. This one has got a very strong pigment. Don't that just scream fall? I love it. Like I said, it's my favorite time of year, and I cannot wait for Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that. I just love that time of year. It is so awesome. Not to mention, oh my gosh, all the TV, y'all. Can you believe it? You know, another thing, I'm quite interested in knowing, like, what else y'all like to watch on YouTube besides makeup videos. I know me, it's mainly makeup videos is usually all I watch. But I like those crazy ones, like the ghost ones and the conspiracy theories and stuff. If you would, leave it down in the comment section. I'm just curious to see what other videos that y'all like. I don't know if I'm just crazy or if everybody kind of likes stuff like that. I know I do. I just get so interested in them. And go ahead and blend these colors all together. Okay, now I'm going to go into that outer V corner, and I need to lift that red up just a little bit more because I could kind of see where my eye is sinking and it's not really showing. So I'm going to bring that red out just a little bit more. Not really out, up. Sorry. I don't know if y'all have, if your eyes are like these or what. I mean, it is so hard to find an eyeshadow technique that works with it. And once I finally found one, I mean, I had it down pat. But usually I will take mine out. Usually take it out. And then I do that really big curve at the top. And that's if I'm doing a dramatic look. And this is, I'm not going to say this is fully, you know, full glam, but it is a little bit more than usually what I do. Now we need to go ahead and blend that one out. And I'm using the NYX brush just to blend everything back out. I'm using the same brush. I'm just wiping it off. But if you could tell when my eyes open, you see how you could just see the corner and not really just a hint of that. And that's exactly what I want. It's just that, mainly that outer corner that gives me a problem. See, if my eyes are open, you can't even see that outer corner. Okay, now we're going to dip back into the Deca Scarlet palette, and we're going to, this one is called Making Mauves, and this is the deeper shade of mauve at the top. We're going to go ahead and go in with that and go into our outer V and just lay a little bit of color just out there. In fact, if I could grab it, I'm going to grab the pencil brush. This is my Eco Tools. I'm going to go ahead and dip into this. Definitely need to tap that off. It's a really tough, strong color. And like I said, we're just going to get our outer V right here. Because I need to go ahead and lay my lid shade. Beautiful. I love these colors. I'm like so addicted to makeup. It's ridiculous. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and blend that outer V along with the other colors. I don't know why. It's a habit, but it's a good habit to be in. Just blend all your colors together after you lay every color. It's lay a color, blend, lay, blend, lay, blend. I have got myself in that technique, and it has actually been working out for me pretty good, so. Okay, now we're going to lay the lid color, and since I'm using a metallic color, this is like one of the little singles. It's a Baby Pop LA Colors, and this is in the shade Brownie, and I just love this color. Why they call it Brownie, I don't know. It does have like a little purple tint to it. I'm not sure if you can see that. Very, very beautiful metallic color. It would go awesome with these colors that we got. Okay, so if I can find it now. And usually if I lay a metallic shimmer or anything like that, I'm automatically drawn to a cut crease. Like I go ahead and I lay the concealer down on my lid. That way, because I know that color is going to grab onto my lid and it's going to stay there. Now, if I could just find my stuff, then we would be doing good. Or I would. Okay. Now, what I'm going to use is the Wet n Wild. This is what I use to lay concealer or primer or anything on my lid. This is what I use to lay it down with. And you see how thin it is. I don't even need my hand behind this one for you to see. It's the Wet n Wild one. And I'm going to be using my go-to Hard Candy Glamouflage. And this is in the shade Ultralight. And what I do is I just one, you don't need much at all. Not, if you can see that. You don't need much of this at all. Just to lay down a lid color. And then what I do, not sure if you can see, I just go ahead and dip into that. And I'm going to lay this on half of my lid. Oh no, I'm going to the wrong eye. Did y'all see that? Wow. I'm so used to doing that eye. I always go back and forth. I don't know if I'm the only one that does that, but I'll lay color on this eye and then I'll go to this one and lay that color. And it was so hard doing that one eye and not doing this one today, because that is usually how I do my eyeshadows. I'll lay a color here and I'll lay a color on that side. So it's like even, because I'm always scared I'm going to forget what color goes where. Even though I would hope my memory span is not that short. But who knows? I might need another little dot of this. Yep. I think we're good there. I'm so not used to looking down to do this. And I always like to pull like the middle right here. I like to kind of pull that out. And this, I know it ends up looking like it's going to be a cut crease, but it's not. I love laying concealer under metallic or shimmer. It's just one of those habits I have. Because I know it just grabs on to a metallic or a shimmer color. It grabs it and it holds it there for you. And usually mine, especially using that hard candy, it will stay there all day long. And you don't have to be that neat with it because, like I said, it's not a cut crease. So we're not going to be that neat with it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blender brush, and if I can find it, I'm going to use my angled one. Like I said, if I can find it. Oh, I start bringing up like a couple of brushes or something, so they're all sticking up. This is the Wet n Wild crease blending brush, or that's what I call it. I don't know the exact name of it. And we're just going to go right over top right here, and we're going to pull the color. We're going to blend all these colors in the crease, and it's going to kind of blend out the lines of the concealer, because I do like that to be a little bit dry before I do lay the color down on it. So you don't have to be that neat with the concealer when you're doing this one, because like I said, it's not a cut crease. If we were doing a cut crease, usually, well, for a half of a cut crease, I would do that same thing, but I would want my sharp line in the crease. But if I was doing a full cut crease, it would go all the way to the end. And usually mine, I like to come out with mine. I don't really like doing the rounded ones. I don't know why. My eyes, because of the shape of my eyes, I just like that slant look to them. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to lay our lid color. And like I said, that is called Brownie. And it is the little baby pop color right here. Awesome color. And I always like to hit this with a setting spray. Just because. And I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting spray. And this is my Naked 2 palette brush. Y'all know this is my favorite lid brush. I'll always use this thing. Break all my stuff. Break all your stuff, Mandy. Go ahead, girl. Okay, we're going to dip into this. And I like to dip really good in that and then top it off. And then we're going to just lay the color on our lid. Don't have to be too neat with it. Just keep it on your lid. Because we are going to darken back that corner. We're going to darken our outer corner again. And we are also going to put the inner highlight. So it don't have to be that neat, because we're going to drag color back over it. Just to give it more of that flawless blended look. Like just all the colors are melted together. I love that blended look. Matter of fact, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to take our crease brush that we was just using. Go ahead and do this. That way it'll soften up those lines up there. It just blends together. Looks like it's melted together. I love it. Just flawless looking. Okay, now we're going to do our outer corner. I'm going to take a little bit more dense brush, and I think this is one of the low LA Colors brushes too. Do you see how dense and packed it is? This thing is so sturdy. Now I like to lay sometimes on my outer V. I like to use this brush for that when I want a thick color. When I want the color to show, I want it to be there. And then we're going to go back in to make a mauves. This one right here in the Deca Scarlet palette. And these shades, it's not like they're really original. You can find these shades. You can find them in the dollar store. You can find these shades in other palettes. So this is not, or you can actually get it from Deca Scarlet. It's a beautiful palette. It's Babs Beauty. All these palettes are supposed to be by YouTube creators. The shades that they like or they pick out. I don't know if they pick out shades for their own palette, or I don't know exactly how that works, but it is YouTube inspired. For the beauty YouTube world, it's inspired by them, and I got the Babs Beauty because I love the shades in it. Okay, now we're going to take another brush. This is my Eco Tools, and this is kind of like one of those pointed crease brushes. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of blend it out. And then once you get the color laid and once you get most of it blended out, you go ahead and pull it all the way in. Not really a lot of color, not that color is really going to come on the inside, but it still gives it that blended, melted together look. I mean, it's just awesome. I love how it looks at the end. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do our under eyes. I'm going to take Wow. This is crazy. These brushes everywhere. This is another Wet n Wild. This is the small smudger or small concealer flat end. I'm not sure what it's called. You know what I didn't do? I didn't highlight my brow bone. Usually that's the first thing I do before transition or right after transition. I don't know why in the world I didn't do it that time. So wow. Kind of brushes. I'm going to use the little Milani. This is a Milani palette brush. And see, it's got this one flat end on it like that. And then it's got this one. This is beautiful to work on the outer V also. But I'm just going to use my Super Stage Fit Sugar Box. This is just my face powder. And I'm just going to use some of this to highlight my brow bone. And I don't like I say in every video, I don't like to drag mine all the way down, because if you do have hooded eyes like I do, it makes your eyes look so much smaller. And I will take a blending brush of any kind, and I like to blend that line. I just don't like any kind of harsh lines anywhere on my eyes. Okay, like I said, now we're going to go ahead and do our bottom lash line. And usually I lay 2 colors. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to grab this is the Naked Smoky palette brush. I love palette brushes, especially these. Now, the only ones I don't like is the ones that actually don't work. And they're usually the ones that have got the little, I don't know if they're styrofoam or what, but I just always seem to toss them, but some palettes have got some really good brushes. So we're going to use the smudger end of the Naked Smoky palette, and then we're also going to use this little, like I said, it's a small concealer smudger flat brush. I'm not sure what it's called. And we are going into the darkest color first, which would be the Making Mauves in the Decca Scarlet palette. We're going to take some of that. Tap our brush off, and we're just going to lay a line of that down here. And we'll take it a little bit more than halfway, just like that. And then we're going to leave that alone. We're going to go to the other brush, this little small smudger in, and then I'm going to take, really need to take the lightest color. I'm going to take some of the red, actually, or it's forbidden, I'm sorry. I'm going to take some of that on this brush, kick it off, and this is what we're going to blend that color out with. No matter how dark it goes on, and I don't know what it is about people, it seems like they don't want to blend their lower lash line, and I think it just makes it a more beautiful look just to blend it out. A lot of people will just lay the color and not really blend that much, and this takes just as long to blend as an eye look does. Okay, now it don't hurt to go back and blend. If you think it needs more blending, go for it. I don't think you could ever blend too much. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these tight, like dense brushes like I just had. I would really like the one that I had a while ago, and I found it. And it's this one right here, the little LA Colors brush, the little dense one. And you're going to take any kind of powder, whatever you set your face with, your bake, whatever. Just take that kind of powder, and I'm going to kind of clean this up right here. Because I don't want the blowed out look. I don't want the smoky look. This is more of a, I don't know what in the world I got right there. It looks like glitter. But all you got to do is when you are fixing these, however you want your shape to go, all you need is the powder to do it. That's it. I usually try to drag mine down just a little bit. And then I'm going to use a big face powder brush. This is the Wet n Wild, just to kind of kick away that dust. And it kind of cleans it up a little bit. Okay, now for our inner highlight. This is a really tiny brush I'm looking for. And I found that one. Oh, that one really fast. Okay, now we're going to go back into the deck of Scarlet, and I'm going to use the highlighter in this palette to use for our inner corner. And it is called Gilded. And it's this nice, it's like a gold and champagne mixed color. The only problem that I have with this shade is I don't think it's got a lot of pigment. But since we've got the palette and we're working with it, we're going to go ahead and use it. So we're going to go ahead and put this on our inner corner. This is one of the shades in the palette that, and it might show up better on camera. Most likely it will. And of course, no, it won't. This is one of the problems I had with this palette. A couple of the shades in there is just no good. They really aren't. There's not a lot of pigment, if you can see that. So I think I want to fix that. Because I used the Urban Decay. I'll have to put it down in the details. This is their highlighter, their little, I had this in one of my videos. But this is the Urban Decay Glow something. I'll leave it down in the description. I used this for a highlight today on my face. So I'm going to go ahead and just get both of my corners with this real quick. Because you talk about pigment. That stuff is awesome. And we're going, I didn't really want to bloat out inner look. That's why I've got the little small brush. Usually I'll take a little bit bigger brush. I'm going to go ahead and hit this eye with it one time too. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do our eyeliner. And I did do a wing on this one. I'm usually doing a wing. Most every day, if you see me, I've usually got a wing. I just love the look that gives. Because my eyes go like down. So I like to lift them up. I like to give them that lifted look. And I'm using the LA Colors liquid liner. I know the words are wore off of it, but this is a really good eyeliner. I love this. Now let's see if I can get in a spot where y'all will be able to see. Might have should have used a little bit more powder straightening that up. Might need to, maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave it like it is. I think it looks cool. And let's see. I don't really want to do a really big wing. And I have to do my eyeliner a little bit different than everybody else because of that outer corner that comes down over my eye right there. I've got to actually do this kind of weird design to get the wing to even show. And that way when my eyes are open, it does look like everybody else's. And I don't know why in the world, but every time I get to my inner corner, and it might be the brush because I think it might be a little bit too long. If it was a little bit shorter, I'll probably be able to work with it a little bit better. But I usually have to take one of my felt tip eyeliners to do like the inner corner right there. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And I don't know which one I use. You know what? We'll go ahead and use the, I think this is the Seraphine Botanicals Liquid Kohl Waterproof Felt Tip Liner. This stuff is so awesome, y'all. I love this stuff. I got this in an Ipsy bag. And it works beautifully. And I could have done the whole wing without. Why I didn't. I guess I just wanted to be difficult to myself, I reckon. And, of course, we're going to grab our liner, if I could find that. You don't hear me digging through all this stuff. Is this not crazy? Why in the world I bring all this stuff in here and then not even use half of it and then have to dig through the thing? My husband would call this women's problems. I'm not sure. We're going to be using the Ciate London Wonderland Gel Kohl Eyeliner. This is their dual-ended one. I also got this in Ipsy. Ipsy has just been kicking it out in the last few months. And we're going to just tight line with this. And I love this one because this one will stay in your eye. And I always like to get that outer corner really good. Now we're going to bring this one all the way in. But I'm also going to take a different shade of an eyeliner. And I'm going to put on top of the bottom line. But I did want that black underneath of it. And this is actually, I've got two of these. These are actually the Wet n Wild, the color Icon pencils. These are lip liners, and this is in shade Chestnut. Yeah, Chestnut something. But I've got two of these. One I use for my lips, one I use for my eyes. Now we're going to take this and we're going to put right over top of the black on the bottom. Because it looks so beautiful in the waterline. Especially if you're doing a look like this. And we're not going to take it all the way out. Okay, now we're just going to curl our lashes. And we're going to throw some, I think I got my fully charged mascara. It's the one that I'm using. Pretty sure it is. Come on, I can do better than this. Sorry, guys. Fully Charged by Pure. This is, you know what, I think I got this in Ipsy too, I'm pretty sure. I'm telling you, if y'all are not getting Ipsy, you don't know what you're missing. They have been really throwing up some excellent products lately. Now, usually whenever I do my mascara, I wipe the end of it off. I don't know if you can see that. And then I don't do it really hard, like on the bristles. I'm trying to get it to where you can see it, but just kind of lightly, just rub it across the top of the top. That way it'll keep it from clumping. I have come up with so many tricks. That's what I'm thinking about doing next, is a tips and trick. Wow. Got a tip for that too. Just got it on the shadow. Yeah, I'm seriously thinking about doing a tips and tricks video. I love those. Makeup hacks and all that. If y'all would like me to do that, just leave it down in the comment section and let me know. And usually for bottom lashes, if it is really hard to get your brush in there, you could go ahead and pull it long ways. Works just as good. Okay, guys, that is it for the look. Well, that's it. That's the finished look, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was easy enough. I sure loved and enjoyed being here with you today, and I'm so happy that y'all decided to watch my video and watch this look. And like I said, with these fall looks, I mean, there is no end to inspiration. I mean, there are so many beautiful colors. There are so many looks that can be done. Just like I said in the video, it is my favorite makeup season is fall. So you know what, guys? Do this look, or do fall color looks, just whatever. There's so many options for fall color looks. It's just ridiculous. So go ahead and take what you got and have fun with it, guys. I love you. Thank you.